Ready for battle? Hey guys, it's Raisin Gamer here. So today we're doing Lord of the Rings.
What?
Lord of the Rings.
Okay, you're so excited. You're talking a mile a minute. I have no idea what you just said.
Okay.
So today we are doing Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. This game came out on PlayStation 2, Xbox, and Nintendo GameCube. Okay, so cool night. Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers came out in 2002, I believe. 2002, 2003. And obviously this game follows the movie. It actually follows the first two Lord of the Rings movies. There's three of them. So it follows Lord of the Ring, The Fellowship of the Ring, and Lord of the Ring, The Two Towers. Okay, which for me, my favorite of all time movie series. So I'm giving you a little hint ahead of the grades. I like this game. Okay, let's get into it. First off, how much of the Lord of the Rings movies have you seen?
The first.
Yep, you've seen the first movie, and I don't even know if you finished it all the way.
No. Well,
I think you were getting a little bit bored, which, I don't know, maybe you're a little too young for it. And they are long movies.
yeah.
But, so I think that might play into your feelings about this game. Overall, tell us the things as you get done with your annual video yawn. Nice try hiding it. Tell us the things first off that you liked about this game.
I fight mobs. At least
Mobs, like big waves of bad guys.
Yeah, that's the most main part I like it. And then I like the short clips that you get.
Yeah, so this was something that was kind of new with the PlayStation 2. The PlayStation 2 is a DVD player. And so one of the things that it had capability of doing was actually having clips from DVDs. So as you're playing this game, which follows the movies, they give you little short snippets of the movie as it kind of introduces the set piece, introduces the level. Okay. So that at the time was really kind of groundbreaking. It made you feel like you were actually in the movie playing it, fighting these bad guys. Okay. You're gonna yawn again, aren't you?
Nah.
Okay. Tell us what you didn't like about this game.
Combos and.
Okay, so before you get too far on that, the fighting style. Okay, tell us how you fight in this game.
Like, there's three main ones, like Fierce Attack, where you get up short and kind of break their shields. That's how you break their shields, but no other attack. And then, I forgot what Fierce Attack was, where you just, not Fierce Attack.
Yeah, so you have your Fierce Attack, which is kind of your powerful one, where when you take your sword and you swing it really hard, but it's a little bit slower. Then you have a Speed Attack, which isn't going to be strong enough to like break an enemy's shield, but it's going to be fast if they don't have shields to just slash them real quick, right? Then you also have the option of something called parrying, which is if they're shooting a bow and arrow at you, that's where you deflect it. And then there's also, you mentioned the combo system. So this game is a definite button masher. It's one that you can just learn a couple quick buttons and just pound on the controller, right? But it also has a little bit of depth to it. I'm not going to say it has a lot, but it has a little bit of the depth in the fact that you get these combo moves that you can learn. Now, Cool Knight, did you have any combos that you really liked, or did it even matter to you? Were you just mashing buttons?
Mashing buttons all the time.
Buttons. Yeah.
Every new one, I would just pound.
So as you go through the level, as you're fighting these bad guys, you'll get a rating after each one that you kill. Either like fair or poor, fair, good, excellent, and perfect. I think I might be missing some, or I might have said some incorrectly.
No.
But the higher your rating is at the end of the level, it gives you a grade, and it gives you a certain amount of points, which then you can use those points to unlock more combos. Okay, so you can get a combo where in one combination hitting the buttons, you're gonna slash him, you're gonna break his sword, and then you're gonna stab him, and kill them. So right off the bat, that kind of leads us into the parents' perspective. This is an action game. This is Lord of the Rings. If you're familiar with the movie, there's lots of violence, lots of sword fighting, also shooting people with arrows. Not really people, I guess goblins for the most part, orcs. But it definitely, if you have real small children, probably not the best way to introduce them to a game where it's a lot of death and destruction.
It's because it says T on the
Yep.
rating.
So it is a teen-rated game.
Blood violence.
And to be honest with you, we played through probably 3 or 4 levels of this game, but we didn't play as much as I would have liked because what did you think of the game overall?
The grade?
Sure, give us your grade.
Maybe a C+.
C+. Yeah, you weren't as enthused with this game as some of the others, so I didn't want to keep pushing on you and making you play it, even though we had already got through a few levels. And while you didn't hate it, you were just kind of like, kind of ho-hum, kind of, this is okay. For me, obviously, I love Lord of the Rings. It's a lot of fun. For myself, for me, this game's probably more like a B+. B+. It's not the greatest game ever, but it is a lot of fun. It's a game that if you just want to kind of shut your brain off and mindlessly go through something to kind of decompress, it's a good one because there's not a whole lot of depth. There's not a whole lot of strategy. You can just go through and button mash, or like I said earlier, learn a few combos and just kind of go from there. If this is a game that someone was interested in buying, Cool Night, do you remember about how much this sold for?
About $3 to $5.
Yeah, so it's actually a pretty darn cheap game. There's also a sequel made, which I have up here. Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, if I can get the glare off of that. Okay, both of these games are fairly cheap. Both are on original Xbox, GameCube, and PlayStation 2, so you definitely have your options. That one, just like Lord of the Rings Two Towers, has cutscenes from the movie, has different characters. Lord of the Rings Return of the King has more playable characters in it than Two Towers, but for me, Two Towers is my go-to, my favorite one, maybe just because when it came out 2002, I was newlywed to your mom, and it was a game that I was at the time working nights stocking the shelves of grocery stores. I hadn't even started college yet, and I just remember having a buddy at work that we were both so hyped about this game that we'd talk about it all the time. And so just a lot of good memories there. And replaying it now, it still does hold up. I mean, the graphics are a little bit older. It's PlayStation 2, so you kind of got that polygon look to it, but it's still pretty polished for a PS2 game. But anyways, I'm blabbing on. My overall grade's a B+. Your overall grade, you said, was a C+. This game's pretty cheap if you're interested. There's not really a co-op option on it. I believe it's just one-player game. Yeah, one player. So you don't have the option for co-op if that's something you want. We just played by passing the controller back and forth and taking turns. But that was still enjoyable enough, at least I think. Anything else you want to add, Cool Night? More yawns?
Yeah. Maybe one more. This game is probably for your little kids and you like playing it a lot, and your little kid comes in and you're fighting someone, they might scream.
Okay, so there's that. You have to be conscious of the fact that it might scare little kids. Okay, well anyways, we're going to wrap this one up since we've already been blabbing on. If you like these videos, please hit that like button, share it with your friends. If you're not a subscriber, we'd love to have you join us. Feel free to tweet at us, send us suggestions for future games. If you have one, you can reach us on Twitter at RaisingGamer, or my individual Twitter handle is at CRed81. Either way, you can reach us and interact with us, and we'd love to hear from you. Anyways, that is it for this episode of Raising a Gamer. Until next time.
See you later.
See you later.
Bye. Okay.
No, I'm just going to keep letting it record.
Bye.
Okay, we're out.
Really. Okay, bye. Okay, why did I turn it on?
Okay, I'll turn it.
It's like, bye.